Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am Tamika Thompson and I am the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company. And for this video, I am going to be giving you some easy tips on how you can create a top-notch resume in 2024. So if you know for a fact that you are someone who's going to be job searching this year, maybe you want to go after your very first six-figure job, maybe you want to go after or pursue new opportunities that are going to pay you what you deserve and what you're worth, or maybe you simply just want to advance in your career. Maybe you're a specialist, but you want to be a manager. Maybe you're a manager, but you want to be a director. Whatever your reason is for wanting to search for a new job this year, I want to ensure that you are equipped with the best possible resume so that you can beat out competing applicants, land more interviews, more callbacks, and potentially more job offers. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number one on this list is to make sure that it does not exceed 2 pages. Now, I did record an entire video on this about how long your resume should be, but in theory, unless you are in a particular field or unless the recruiter or the job specifically is asking for it, do not have your resume exceed 2 pages, you guys. 2 pages should be more than enough space for you to clearly communicate your value, your skills, your education, your past experiences, etc. Do not go over 2 pages. It's estimated that recruiters only spend on average between 6 to 8 seconds scanning a resume in its entirety. And if they are scrolling through a resume that is 3, 4, 5 pages long, that can increase your chances of getting rejected, which is what you don't want, especially if you are qualified. Now, I know that 2 pages does not sound like a lot, but it is. If you're making sure that you're not going too far back into your job history, if you make sure that you are formatting your skills correctly, and if you make sure that your sentences are between 1 to 2 lines only, then you should be fine. Back in the day, it used to be standard for resumes to only be 1 page, but that is no longer the case. So you do not have to worry about stressing yourself out trying to fit all of your information on 1 page. You do have 2 pages, but the key is to use that space wisely. When you are writing your resume, if you find that your resume is exceeding that 2-page maximum, that can be a sign that you may need to comb through the document and remove some information, maybe shorten some sentences, swap some things out, etc., so that you are not exceeding that 2-page maximum length. And a lot of people think that however long their resume is doesn't really play a factor in whether it gets read or not, but I am here to tell you that that is not the case. The key is to make sure that those pages or that 1 page or those 2 pages is filled with valuable information. And I did record a series of videos teaching you all how you can infuse and incorporate value into your resume. Number 2 on this list, and I feel like I kind of gave it away in point number 1, but that is to make sure that your bullet points, your job bullet points, any statements that you have listed on your resume does not exceed 1 to 2 sentences. This can keep you from having large, chunky, text-heavy paragraphs that tend to be a really big turnoff for recruiters, and in turn, make the document difficult to digest, comprehend, and comb through altogether. And I also recorded another video giving you all some tips on the best way to construct the perfect job bullet point. And a key hint that I noted in that video is to make sure that your job bullet points do not exceed 1 to 2 sentences. Within those 1 to 2 sentences, you want to make sure that you are including value, numbers, outcomes, results to clearly communicate what you currently bring to the table in your existing role and what you've brought to the table in past roles. And keeping your job bullet points only 1 to 2 sentences can also make it easier for you to stay within that 2-page parameter that we just talked about. If you find that any of your job bullet points or any of your sentences overall within your resume are extending past that 1 to 2 sentence line, then you may have to comb through the statement and see if you can swap out some words for others, if you can be more specific, and if there's anything that you have to cut out. Also, something to note here, try to avoid having more than 7 bullet points per job description based on the time frame that you were in your role. So if you were only in a position for a short period of time, maybe 3 to 5 months, maybe 3 to 6 months, or even less than a year, you don't want to go past 3 to 5 bullet points in general. The only time where it's acceptable for you to go past 7 bullet points in a job description listed on your resume is if you've been in a position for an extended period of time. So if you've been there longer than 5 years, 7 years, anything less than that, don't go over 7 bullet points. Number 3 on this list is to focus on communicating outcomes and results as a result of your efforts in your position. So stay away from using phrases like responsible for, completed duties and tasks as assigned. That's not what recruiters want to see, and I guarantee you that that's not a keyword that they're looking for either. So you want to focus on outcomes and results. What I mean by this is include numbers, data, statistics, facts about what you have delivered for the company. Now, this can include increases, decreases, something that you've maximized, something that you've minimized, something that you've cut, something that you've eliminated, something that you've eradicated, something that you implemented. I could go on and on and on and on, but you get the gist. An easy way to do this is to make sure that every sentence and every statement that you have on your resume includes a number and includes a figure. If you are someone who may not know what the outcome of your efforts may be, you can either reach out to your manager or see if there's any system or database that you can log into that you work with to possibly get some numbers. So for example, if you are a sales professional and you want to see how much money in sales you've brought in for the company since you started, by including numbers and figures, you're making it very clear, hey, this is what I can bring to your company. I can increase this, I can increase sales, I can increase profits, I can increase foot traffic, I can optimize your campaigns, I can cut spending, I can better allocate spending, and so on and so forth. So instead of just saying responsible for yada, 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 you're saying increase sales by 35%, which has way more of an impact and is probably going to catch a recruiter's attention more. Number 4 on this list is to make sure that you conduct keyword research before you start writing your resume. And I cannot stress the importance of this enough. Now, I did record an entire video teaching you all how to conduct keyword research and what it is, but I want to re-emphasize it in this video because it is super important in order to make sure that your resume gets past all of those applicant tracking systems out there. Now, it's estimated that over 75% of recruiters say that they do use some sort of an applicant tracking system. This means that when you submit your resume for a job, it's not going directly to the recruiter, but rather it's going through a system that is systematically and automatically combing through that document to make sure that you are a qualified candidate for this position. And some keywords that a recruiter might enter into the system to look for can include skills, education, past job title. Some simple ways that you can make your resume keyword enriched can include working with a resume writer such as myself, or combing through 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 job descriptions to really get a feel for the common keywords that are listed throughout them so that you know, ideally, in theory, what a recruiter is looking for the positions that you are applying to. And you want to incorporate those keywords all throughout your resume. So in your headline, in your professional summary, in your job bullets. Next on this list is to make sure that you target your resume. And you can do this very easily by simply just putting a headline right before your professional summary, but after your contact information. And you can use a series of combinations for this. Number 1 is your job title. So especially if you are going for positions that are very similar or if are not the exact same as a position that you have now. So I'll use myself as an example. I am a marketing manager. So at the very top of my resume, it says Tamika Thompson, marketing manager. The next way that you can target your resume is by your job title as well as your industry. So if you have a significant number of years of experience in a particular industry, maybe it's healthcare, maybe it's retail, maybe it's tech, you can go ahead and use your job title plus that industry. So using myself as an example, again, if my background was primarily in tech, it would say tech marketing manager. And the final way that you can target your resume is by job title plus industry plus area or skill of expertise. I always like to say that a general resume is for a general job, but a targeted resume is for specific, exclusive career opportunities that you will be applying to. Not to mention, you're probably not going to be applying to any and every job out there because you are not for any and every job. So you shouldn't have your resume written in a way that is for any and every job. You want to make sure that you're targeting it so that you are attracting and you're able to increase your chances of landing interviews for jobs that you really want to go for. Last on this list is to make sure that you're not using any complicated or difficult to read or difficult to comprehend layouts or templates. And I did record a video on this that I shared to my channel as well. Templates tend to be an easy route that people take. So someone will go to Etsy or Canva or even Microsoft Word and just download a template, and then they'll just copy and paste and kind of plug and play their information. Sometimes templates can do you a disservice, especially if the template is too busy or too complicated. So I've seen some templates that are more graphic design focused than they are in making sure that the person's skills and experience are able to be presented properly within the document. And what I mean by this is like, the template will be very pretty. I've seen blush theme templates, I've seen gold templates, but sometimes they don't give enough space for you to enter in your information. So like every bullet point will be literally just a couple of words. Sometimes it'll have a lot of pictures and a lot of graphics in there. Sometimes it will allow you to insert your picture in there. All of that stuff is not important. What really matters the most is that you have a well-written document that communicates your value. I've also seen templates that have a lot of columns, and while the ATS system can process columns, you want to avoid having your entire resume be in a columnized format. Another type of template layout that you want to avoid is any template that does not read naturally from left to right. So naturally our eyes read from left to right just in general. So think this way, this way, this way, this way. It's in a Z pattern. Any template that has the eye reading from here to here to here to here, bouncing up here, going over here, those are the ones that you want to avoid. This is not to say that you shouldn't use templates at all. There are a lot of ATS friendly templates out there. If you don't want to use templates, you can simply lay your resume out from top to bottom, left to right in Microsoft Word. It's very easy to do this and more simple than you think. I've also seen a lot of people who will use those type of templates, and although they have a lot of great experience and ideally they are a qualified candidate for the role, they're experiencing a lot of rejection because the template that they're using is garbage, and I don't want that to be you. So those are some super simple, easy ways that you can create a top-notch resume in 2024. Listen, there are hundreds of thousands of jobs that are up for grabs and up for the taking, and I want you to be able to go after those jobs and interview for those jobs and get those jobs. Whether you're going for a 100% remote position or a hybrid position, I want to make sure that you are applying with an optimized resume that is going to get you interviews, because after all, that's the first step. Without interviews, without callbacks, your job search is going to suffer, and your resume is a key part in making sure that you can land those interviews. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If so, go ahead and hit the like button, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button down below. If you have any additional questions in regards to tips on writing a resume in 2024 that I did not address or cover in this video, go ahead and drop your question in the comment box down below. I'd be more than happy to answer it. If you are a professional who needs assistance with your resume, maybe you realize that you don't have enough time to write your resume. Maybe you realize that writing is just not your strength, or maybe you're just not sure where to start, and laying out your resume and trying to communicate your value is just way more than you can handle. I would be more than happy to assist you. At this point in my resume writing career, I've been writing resumes for about 10 years, and I've written over 800 resumes thus far. My specialty is transforming bland, lackluster resumes into powerful selling tools that help career professionals land interviews 2 times faster in their job search. I am currently accepting clients for the month of January. If you are interested in working with me and you would love to get started, please visit my website at www.thompsonresumes.com. You can also email me directly at hello@thompsonresumes.com. For more career and resume related content from me, feel free to connect with me on social media. My Instagram handle is @_Mika Thompson, and you can also connect with me on LinkedIn. My profile name is Tamika Thompson, and I do have an email list that you can subscribe to. The link to do so is in the description box down below. If you are watching this video but you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can join my growing YouTube community. Thank you again so much for watching. Cheers to creating an optimized, top-notch resume in 2024, y'all. Good luck. Bye.